Chosen ones, your enemies didn't listen. God has run out his patiences and issued them a sickness. The wheels of justice turn slowly, but they grind exceedingly fine. This ancient wisdom reminds us that divine patience is not infinite, and for those who mock, defy, and ignore the warnings of the heavens, a day of reckoning inevitably comes. Chosen ones, your journey is a testament to resilience and faith, even when surrounded by those who sought to undermine you. Today, we dive into the moment when God, having witnessed enough, steps in with precision that leaves no doubt this is divine intervention. What are your thoughts on the consequences of ignoring spiritual warnings? Share your experiences and reflections in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else on their path to growth and awareness. Let's begin this transformative discussion together. 1. The grace period is over. The era of unchecked arrogance has come to an end for those who dared to oppose the chosen ones. They revealed in the false notion that God's silence meant indifference, mistaking his extended grace for weakness. This spiritual grace was never intended as a shield for wrongdoing. It was a lifeline, a sacred invitation for repentance and change. But instead of seizing this chance, they responded with mockery, compounding their offenses and tightening their grip on the lives of the chosen ones. Every act of deceit, every harmful intention, and every cruel word fed their illusion of impunity, leaving them blind to the profound spiritual truths they were ignoring. They failed to grasp the divine nature of God's patience, which isn't passive but purposeful, a space created for redemption before justice comes forth like a relentless tide. Now, the period of grace has expired, and the patience of God, which they so arrogantly tested, has been withdrawn. This is not an act of vengeance, but a spiritual awakening that demands balance and accountability. The time for mercy has passed, and what remains is the full weight of their choices bearing down on them. Their failure wasn't in facing judgment, it was in misusing the precious time they were given to make amends. God's justice isn't sudden or reckless, it's deliberate and righteous, ensuring that the scales of spiritual order are recalibrated. They squandered the opportunities offered through grace, and now the truth they've long avoided has become their reality. Every malicious action, every betrayal, and every selfish ambition is now met with divine recompense. For the chosen ones, this shift is a reminder that God's plans are never stagnant. They are precise and measured. His silence was not abandonment, but preparation of a strategy to reveal the true character of those who sought to oppress and harm you. And as grace steps aside for judgment, it serves as a spiritual awakening for everyone involved. It's a powerful reminder to walk in alignment with God's will, to uphold integrity, and to never mistake kindness for weakness. In modern life, this lesson echoes in the way we confront injustices. Let this be a guide for you, chosen one. Stay grounded in your faith and rise above the noise of those who underestimated the power of your spiritual strength. As your enemies face the consequences of their actions, take this moment to reflect on your own spiritual journey. Understand that forgiveness and boundaries are tools of strength, and that God's justice works on His timeline, not ours. Through this experience, let your energy shine as a beacon of what it means to live with purpose, truth, and resilience. Know that the storm is not just about reckoning, it is also about revealing who you are meant to be. The grace period may be over for them, but your spiritual awakening is only beginning. Share your story, or simply type, "I am growing," if you're committed to using every moment to improve yourself. Let's keep this conversation going. I can't wait to hear your insights. 2. The divine contract is finalized. The chosen ones have always been part of a sacred and deliberate design, their lives guided by a divine plan far beyond human comprehension. This isn't a matter of coincidence or luck. It's destiny unfolding with precision, etched into the fabric of time, by divine authority. Likewise, the fate of those who dared to oppose the chosen ones was written with equal precision. For too long, these adversaries misunderstood the nature of divine patience. They saw it as weakness, interpreting God's silence as absence, and exploited His mercy as if it had no end. But divine patience isn't boundless. It's strategic. Every act of grace extended to them was a chance for redemption, a sacred lifeline woven into a divine contract, but also a test they have now undeniably failed. Consider this. How often in life do people mistake kindness for weakness, taking second chances for granted? A modern example of this truth can be seen in the workplace. Imagine a manager who offers an underperforming team member repeated opportunities to improve, providing guidance and support. Yet the team member continues to disregard responsibilities, gossip, and disrupt the team. Eventually, the manager must make a decision not out of anger, but as a necessary step to restore order and respect within the organization. Similarly, God extended countless opportunities for these adversaries to change their ways. He watched as they mocked, plotted, and inflicted harm, waiting to see if humility or accountability would take root in their hearts. But arrogance blinded them. Their unchecked pride made them believe they were beyond consequences, invincible in the face of mercy. What they failed to understand is that divine mercy serves a dual purpose. It is both a lifeline and a test of character. Mercy extended without recognition of grace transforms into judgment earned. Now, the divine contract has reached its final clause. The judgment unfolding isn't impulsive or emotional. It's precise, aligned perfectly with divine principles. The sickness affecting them is not a random punishment, but the natural consequence of the energy they unleashed into the universe. This is justice, not retaliation, a mirror reflecting their choices back upon them. It's a universal law that what we sow, we shall also reap. Their sickness isn't just physical. It represents the breakdown of the spiritual barriers they ignored, the weight of their rebellion against divine authority. Now the chosen ones are stepping into their rightful positions, empowered by spiritual growth and strengthened by the trials they've endured. Their path, once obscured by obstacles placed by their adversaries, is now illuminated by divine favor. Meanwhile, the enemies are left to face the repercussions of their actions, a reality they created through their own decisions. There is no room for bargaining or negotiation now. The divine contract is finalized, and the outcomes are inevitable. As you reflect on this, consider how you respond to the opportunities for growth and grace extended to you. Are you sowing seeds of love, humility, and alignment with higher principles? Or are you taking for granted the patience and mercy of those around you? Remember, spiritual growth requires accountability and the courage to align your actions with divine wisdom. The lesson here is clear. God's plan is precise, His justice is perfect, and His patience, though immense, is not infinite. Value the grace extended to you and walk in alignment with your higher purpose, because every action writes the story of your destiny. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others. 3. The shift is no longer hidden. Have you noticed the shift, dear listener? Perhaps you've felt a quiet stirring in your spirit, a sense that something extraordinary is unfolding. For the chosen ones, this shift has been a long time coming. It began subtly, like a faint breeze, whispering to prepare, to stay steadfast, and to trust the divine timing. You felt it in your heart, that deep knowing that change was on the horizon. But for those who stood in opposition, blinded by arrogance, the shift was invisible. They carried on as though they were untouchable, oblivious to the storm gathering just beyond their sight. Now that storm is here, no longer contained in the spiritual realm, but manifesting boldly in the physical world. The shift is undeniable, unstoppable, and orchestrated by a higher power. This is not just any change, this is a divine unveiling. The power dynamics have flipped, and the chosen ones are stepping into a visibility that cannot be ignored. Those who once mocked your journey, ridiculed your faith, and dismissed your spiritual wisdom are now witnessing your elevation. The light you carry has become too radiant to be hidden. As the scripture reminds us, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Your light is exposing truths, bringing clarity, and illuminating paths for others, while simultaneously revealing the shadows where your enemies once thrived. And what of those enemies? They're no longer able to hide behind their carefully constructed facades. Their prideful stance is faltering, their manipulation is crumbling, and the truth is catching up to them. The sickness they now bear isn't merely physical, it's a manifestation of spiritual judgment. It's a reckoning, a divine consequence of their refusal to heed the warnings and correct their ways. As Proverbs says, "Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall." This sickness is more than judgment. It's a spotlight, revealing the weight of their actions for all to see. Think about this for a moment. How often have you witnessed someone's true colors emerge in the face of adversity? Isn't it in those moments of reckoning that truth becomes undeniable? The shift you're seeing now is not random. It's a deliberate act of divine justice, a reminder that nothing stays hidden forever. Luke declares, "For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open." The chosen ones were prepared for this, strengthened by faith and fortified by the trials they endured. You too were prepared for this moment. You are walking proof that what was meant to harm you has been turned into fuel for your rise. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What is your perspective on the importance of this value? Share your insights, and let's continue this conversation. 4. The sickness mirrors their deeds. The sickness that has befallen the enemies of the chosen ones is not an arbitrary act of chance, but an exacting reflection of their deeds. Their malicious actions, laced with deceit, cruelty, and harm, have sown seeds that now bloom into a harvest they cannot escape. This sickness is no mere physical ailment. It transcends the surface, weaving itself into the core of their being. It is the spiritual embodiment of the harm they inflicted, an unyielding force that mirrors their misdeeds in precise detail. Every symptom becomes a metaphor for the pain they've caused, a vivid reminder that life's energy flows in cycles, and what is sent out will ultimately return. This reckoning operates on all levels: physical, mental, and spiritual. For some, it manifests as debilitating paranoia, a fitting return for those who live to instill fear in others. For others, it's a relentless, gnawing pain, a chilling echo of the suffering they inflicted without remorse. The sickness holds up a mirror to their souls, leaving them isolated and confused, forced to confront the reflection of the chaos they once unleashed. Their denial or arrogance offers no shield, for this justice is unrelenting and deeply personal. It grips them with an unshakable certainty, aligning every symptom with the harm they caused, as if divinity itself scripted their reckoning. In modern life, this phenomenon serves as a profound reminder of the spiritual laws that govern the universe. What you give, you ultimately receive. Just as their sickness is rooted in their spiritual misalignment, so too is our health, success, and peace tied to the integrity of our actions. It's easy to overlook this truth in a world consumed by material pursuits, but the laws of energy and spirit remain unchanged. The chosen ones are living proof of this principle, as their perseverance and resilience have been divinely upheld in the face of adversity. For those witnessing this unraveling, it's a call to reflect deeply on their own actions and intentions. Are you planting seeds of kindness, compassion, and integrity? Or are you perhaps unknowingly setting the stage for a reckoning of your own? The story of divine justice isn't meant to invoke fear, but to awaken us to the power of accountability and the profound interconnectedness of our actions. The sickness, though chilling, serves a higher purpose. It is not just punishment, but an opportunity for awakening. It pushes the enemies of the chosen ones to acknowledge the consequences of their choices and to seek spiritual healing, should they choose to embrace it. But for many, the arrogance that drove their misdeeds now prevents them from recognizing this lifeline, leaving them further entangled in their self-made web of suffering. To the chosen ones, this serves as a moment of clarity and validation. Your spiritual journey, though fraught with challenges, has brought you to a place where truth prevails and the energy of justice reveals itself. For those still clinging to cruelty and deception, let this be a cautionary tale of what happens when the energy you emit returns, amplified and unyielding. In the end, the laws of the spiritual realm ensure that no action, good or bad, goes unanswered. Let us walk with integrity, humility, and an awakened spirit, knowing that the energy we cultivate will shape the legacy we leave behind. And if you feel inspired by this message, type, "I trust the process," as a way to affirm your strength, patience, and commitment to growth. Let's grow together. Five, the sickness exposes hidden alliances. The sickness is more than a physical ailment. It is a spiritual force, a manifestation of divine justice that shines a glaring light on the tangled webs of corruption and deceit woven by those who sought to harm the chosen ones. It doesn't just expose the obvious culprits. It seeks out every hidden enabler, every silent conspirator, and every shadowy beneficiary who stood complicit, whether by direct action or passive acceptance. This sickness operates as a magnifying glass, amplifying the truth and dragging those who thought themselves untouchable into the light, revealing their roles in perpetuating harm. Those who schemed, lied, or turned a blind eye are now finding that their secrets are no longer safe. The intricate alliances they believed were unbreakable are crumbling under the weight of their exposure. What is most striking is the sickness's unerring ability to unravel hidden alliances, showing the extent to which the harm was not the work of a single hand, but a network of silent approvals and shared benefits. Even those who once claimed innocence are now facing the undeniable reality that their inaction contributed to the suffering. Consider a modern parallel. Imagine a workplace where bullying goes unchecked because of silent bystanders and opportunistic colleagues who gain from the chaos. When the consequences of that bullying become too glaring to ignore, when the harm manifests in undeniable ways, those bystanders can no longer escape accountability. Similarly, the sickness lays bare the shared guilt and dismantles the illusion of safety among those who thought they could remain in the background. The fallout is profound, extending not just to those who acted maliciously, but also to those who profited from the pain of others. Those who once thrived in the shadows, confident in their anonymity, are now confronted with the truth of their complicity. This moment is their reckoning, a vivid reminder that no one is beyond the reach of spiritual justice. The sickness doesn't play favorites. It uncovers the truth with unwavering precision, ensuring that every hand that contributed to injustice is seen for what it truly is. For the chosen ones, this is a pivotal moment of spiritual growth, a reminder that divine justice may take time, but it is inevitable. The lesson here is clear. Every action has consequences, and every hidden motive will eventually come to light. So ask yourself, are you standing up for truth and justice, or are you secretly facilitating harm by turning your back? Remember, spirituality is not just about personal growth, but also about how your actions fit into the greater good. Illness teaches that the time of reckoning always comes, and no alliance, no matter how secret, can stand against the power of truth. Hold fast to your faith, continue your spiritual growth, and trust that justice will always prevail in the end. Comment below. I hold fast to my faith, to express your determination. Six, divine justice is public, not private. Dear listener, imagine this. Divine justice does not unfold quietly in the shadows or within the privacy of closed doors. It is a public, powerful, and undeniable force that demands attention. For those who have wronged you, the chosen ones, the moment has arrived where their actions no longer remain hidden. They once acted with the false confidence that there would be no consequences for their deeds. But now, the very consequences they sought to avoid are on full display for the world to see. As the scriptures remind us, for nothing is hidden that will not be made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light. The sickness that afflicts your enemies is no ordinary ailment. It is a visible, glaring mark of their defiance against divine will. It is not something they can endure silently or cover up with excuses. Rather, it is a living testimony of their disregard for spiritual wisdom. This affliction is not a punishment born in solitude. It is a loud, unmistakable message that forces even the most indifferent bystanders to pay attention. Those who may have once remained neutral, looking the other way as injustice prevailed, now find themselves confronted with an undeniable reality. How can anyone ignore the evidence of divine justice when it unfolds so openly, so powerfully before their eyes? This moment, my friend, is not just about the punishment of the wrongdoers. It is also a lesson in divine reckoning that challenges everyone to reflect on their actions, choices, and complicity. The bold display of consequences forces even the complicit and complacent to recognize that no one is beyond the reach of higher power. Can you think of a time when you witnessed someone's downfall serve as a warning to others? What did it teach you about the importance of aligning with truth and righteousness? This public reckoning is not an act of cruelty, but a demonstration of spiritual wisdom at its finest. God's justice is not vengeful, it is restorative. It seeks to wake up those who have been asleep to the truth, those who doubted the reality of divine intervention. When the spiritual realm manifests in the physical world, it leaves no room for doubt. People who once dismissed these truths as mere superstition or religious fervor now see the undeniable consequences of ignoring divine order. As Proverbs reminds us, if the righteous receive their due on earth, how much more the ungodly and the sinner? And so, as this sickness unfolds, it does more than bring shame or suffering to the wrongdoers. It serves as a mirror, reflecting the consequences of defiance and rebellion against divine will. It also serves as a call to action for those who are watching, to awaken, to learn, and to align themselves with the principles of spiritual wisdom. Do you see the significance of this moment? It's not just about what happens to the enemies of the chosen ones. It's about what it reveals to the world. Remember, divine justice is never silent, and it spares no one who turns a blind eye. It is public, unavoidable, and transformative. Will you take this moment as an opportunity to examine your own path? Will you let the visibility of divine intervention inspire you to live with integrity, courage, and faith? God's patience may have run out for those who ignored his warnings, but for you, it's a chance to embrace spiritual wisdom and walk boldly in the light of truth. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What is your perspective on the importance of this value? Share your insights and let's continue this conversation. Seven, the power dynamics are reversed. The seismic reversal of power is more than a shift in status. It's a spiritual awakening that exposes the fragility of human dominance when faced with divine purpose. For so long, the enemies revealed their positions of influence, believing their control was unshakable. They manipulated, deceived, and sought to crush those they deemed weak, all while building their empires on the backs of those they oppressed. But the chosen ones, often misunderstood and cast aside, were never truly powerless. Their strength was quietly nurtured by God, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal itself. Now the tables have turned, and those who once wielded worldly power are discovering that it pales in comparison to spiritual authority. This divine realignment places the chosen ones in a position they never sought but were always destined for. They now stand as conduits of God's will, holding a power that is not rooted in wealth, titles, or earthly influence, but in their deep spiritual connection to the Creator. This is a power that cannot be bought, stolen, or manipulated, a power that terrifies those who once thought they were untouchable. The enemies, once confident in their schemes, now find themselves vulnerable to the very people they sought to destroy. What's more, this authority extends beyond mere words or actions. The chosen ones have been granted the ability to pray with impact prayers that can shift circumstances, extend mercy, or even bring judgment. The beauty of this reversal lies in its alignment with God's will. The chosen ones are not tasked with seeking vengeance or proving their worth. They simply walk in obedience, trusting that divine justice will prevail. And prevail it does, in ways that often leave their enemies confounded and powerless. The same forces that were once used to harm and control the chosen ones are now completely out of the enemy's grasp. Their deceitful tactics crumble under the weight of truth, their dominance fades in the face of humility, and their arrogance is silenced by the undeniable presence of spiritual power. For the chosen ones, this moment is not about gloating or triumphalism, but about recognizing the responsibility that comes with spiritual authority. To be in a position where mercy and judgment rest in their hands is both humbling and sobering. It serves as a reminder that true power comes not from dominating others, but from aligning oneself with divine purpose. The enemy's downfall serves as a testament to the fragility of power built on manipulation and pride. It was never sustainable, and now it has been exposed for what it truly is: an illusion. In modern life, this scenario mirrors how many find themselves underestimated or oppressed by those who seem to hold all the cards. It's a powerful reminder that no matter how dire the situation appears, spiritual awakening can transform circumstances beyond what human effort alone can achieve. The advice here is clear. Focus not on retaliating against those who seek to harm you, but on deepening your relationship with God. Align yourself with His will, and trust that justice, mercy, and victory will come in His perfect timing. In doing so, you not only rise above the challenges, but also become a vessel for divine intervention in a world that desperately needs it. This shift in power is more than a win for the chosen ones. It's a victory for the spiritual truths that undergird our existence. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need these great values. Let's continue this conversation and go deeper into what these values really mean. 8. A spiritual quarantine has begun. The sickness afflicting the enemies of the chosen ones goes far beyond physical symptoms. It's a deep, spiritual ailment that cuts to the core of their being. They're no longer able to rely on the power, influence, and control they once wielded. This isn't merely coincidence. It's a divine intervention, a spiritual quarantine meant to contain the harm they've caused and prevent their toxicity from spreading further. For years, these individuals thrived on manipulation and chaos, feeding off the suffering and confusion they sowed in others. But now, their once powerful connections are crumbling, and their ability to dominate is slipping away. Those who once stood by them, whether out of loyalty or fear, are now pulling back, as though repelled by the weight of their own awakening. It's as if the universe itself has declared, "Enough." Think about someone in modern life who relentlessly sought to control others, perhaps a workplace bully who manipulated colleagues to maintain power, For a time they may have succeeded, creating fear and feeding their ego with their perceived dominance. But when truth and justice prevail, such individuals often find themselves exposed and alone. Their influence wanes, their lies unravel, and those they wronged move on to thrive in healthier environments. This shift doesn't come from human effort alone. It's as though an unseen force steps in to level the playing field, ensuring that everyone can heal and grow without further harm. In this spiritual quarantine, the enemies of the chosen ones face a harsh reality. They're no longer able to rebuild their power. Every plan falls apart before it can begin. They find themselves isolated on every front, unable to wield the tools of control that once seemed unstoppable. But what's most striking is that this isn't mere rejection from the world. It's divine intervention. God has drawn a boundary they cannot cross, and their words, once dripping with persuasion and malice, now carry no weight. This is not only a punishment, but a form of protection, shielding the chosen ones from further harm while giving them space to heal and thrive. This is a moment of spiritual growth for everyone involved. For the chosen ones, it's a chance to step into their power and embrace the purpose they were created for, free from the chains of oppression. For the oppressors, it's a stark reminder of what happens when divine patience runs out. This isn't about revenge, it's about restoration. Just as a garden thrives when weeds are removed, the chosen ones and those around them now have the opportunity to flourish in the absence of toxicity. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, what areas of your life need spiritual quarantine? Are there influences, relationships, or mindsets that keep you from growing? Remember, spiritual growth often requires us to let go of what no longer serves us, trusting that divine protection will create the space we need to heal. The lesson here is clear. When God intervenes, it's not just to punish, but to restore, protect, and guide us toward the higher purpose for which we were created. Let this be a reminder to nurture the positive, let go of the harmful, and trust that the divine hand is always at work in your life. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others. 9. Unseen forces are at work. For years, the forces of heaven have silently observed as the enemies of the chosen ones built their fortresses on lies, manipulated the innocent, and wielded control like a weapon. They believed their cunning would shield them forever. But now, the time has come for action, decisive, deliberate, and unstoppable. These heavenly agents do not announce their arrival with fanfare or spectacle. Instead, they dismantle the enemy's strongholds with a silent precision that is both devastating and undeniable. Piece by piece, the foundations of deceit and manipulation are being stripped away. Do you notice how their once secure positions are collapsing? How their influence is vanishing without explanation? This is not coincidence. This is divine strategy in action. The angels of justice strike where it hurts most, unraveling years of pride and deception in mere moments. The allies who once supported your enemies are disappearing, their resources are drying up, and their plans are falling apart as if by unseen hands. Think about this. Have you ever seen someone who seemed untouchable suddenly lose everything without warning? That's not just misfortune. That's the unseen forces of spiritual wisdom, ensuring that the scales of justice are balanced. Vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. And now, those words are echoing louder than ever. The most terrifying part for your enemies is that they are utterly powerless to fight back. They cannot manipulate what they cannot see, nor can they stop forces that operate on a level far beyond human comprehension. All they know is that their carefully constructed lives are unraveling, and no earthly power can stop it. The divine plan ensures that they reap exactly what they have sown, leaving no room for escape or excuses. Can you imagine the fear they must feel knowing they are up against something so much greater than themselves. Chosen ones, this is not just justice. It's a divine reminder that no act of oppression goes unnoticed, and no action against God's anointed goes unpunished. How does it feel to know that unseen forces are working tirelessly on your behalf, ensuring that justice is served with precision and purpose? This is your time to stand firm in your faith and trust in the ultimate power of spiritual wisdom. Remember, the forces of heaven are not only dismantling what was meant to harm you, but also paving the way for your victory. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. So, chosen one, what will you do with this reassurance? Will you walk forward in confidence, knowing the heavens are working in your favor? The battle is not yours alone, it never has been. Rest assured that every tear you've shed and every moment of pain you've endured has been seen. Now, those who dared to rise against you are learning what it means to face the righteous justice of God. Trust the process, chosen one, because the unseen forces are at work and victory is already written in your favor. And if you feel inspired by this message, type "I trust the process" as a way to affirm your strength, patience, and commitment to growth. Let's grow together. 10. The enemy's inner voices betray them. The downfall of the enemies is far more profound than any physical affliction. They are trapped in a torment far worse. Their own minds have become their greatest enemies. These individuals who once believed they were invincible and capable of manipulating everyone and everything to their will, now find their arrogance unraveling as divine patience runs its course. The sickness that manifests in their bodies is only the beginning. It is their inner voices, the whispers of their own conscience, that have risen to deliver the most devastating blow. The same thoughts that once fortified their confidence and superiority now magnify their deepest fears and insecurities. Fear, regret, and the echoes of their misdeeds now consume them, turning their inner world into a relentless battlefield. This is no mere coincidence. It's the nature of spiritual reckoning. When divine judgment arrives, it doesn't stop at the surface. It reaches into the very core of a person's being, exposing the hollowness of their intentions and the cruelty of their actions. The enemy's minds, once sharp and calculating, now spiral into chaos, a chaotic reflection of the harm they caused others. They relive every lie, every betrayal, and every wound they inflicted, unable to silence the guilt that now roars louder than their past arrogance. It's as though the sickness is not just physical. It's an unrelenting force that dismantles their spirit, layer by painful layer. In modern life, we often see people who use their influence or power to harm others, believing they are untouchable. Yet no amount of money, status, or manipulation can shield one from the consequences of violating spiritual laws. Those who act without integrity often forget that what they project into the world returns to them in amplified ways. Their fall is not always immediate, but when it comes, it leaves no stone unturned. The psychological torment these enemies endure is a stark reminder that arrogance and cruelty are self-destructive. Their minds, once filled with schemes and pride, now trap them in endless loops of regret and fear, forcing them to confront the damage they have done not just to others, but to their own souls. This serves as a sobering lesson for us all. In a world where it's easy to get caught up in superficial victories or to chase power at any cost, we must remember that true strength lies in humility, compassion, and spiritual alignment. Instead of allowing pride to dictate our actions, we can choose to seek peace and kindness, knowing that the energy we emit shapes our future. Let this be a call to reflect on our intentions and the way we treat others, because the foundations we build today will determine whether we stand strong or crumble under the weight of divine reckoning. The enemy's torment is a testament to the unyielding nature of spiritual awakening and divine justice. Their own inner voices have betrayed them, stripping away their false confidence and leaving them face to face with their deepest fears. It's a vivid reminder that no one can evade the consequences of their choices. As their minds spiral, we are reminded of a universal truth. The spiritual laws that govern our lives are unwavering, and ignoring them only leads to inevitable downfall. Let us all learn from this and strive to live in alignment with integrity, knowing that a life rooted in kindness and humility will always lead to a greater awakening and lasting peace. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What is your perspective on the importance of this value? Share your insights, and let's continue this conversation. 11. Not everyone will survive. Not everyone will make it through this reckoning. The truth is difficult to accept, but for some, God's patience has run out, and His judgment is no longer a gentle nudge, but a final, irreversible decree. This isn't a moment of trial or a chance to reconsider. It is the moment when consequences catch up with actions, and divine justice is served. Those who have lived their lives showing harm, spreading cruelty, and disregarding the principles of spirituality and spiritual growth now face the inevitable. Their actions have left an indelible mark on their souls and their surroundings, and the time for mercy has passed. Some outcomes, once set in motion, cannot be undone. There is no negotiating with divine timing, no outlasting the inevitable truth. Imagine someone who spent years in a position of power, using their influence to manipulate and harm others, believing they were untouchable. They ignored every warning, every opportunity to change, and now their health begins to fail, their reputation crumbles, and the network they once relied on turns against them. This isn't karma, it's divine justice. When God closes the door to grace, the consequences that follow are not accidental, but intentional. It's a reminder that while free will allows us to choose our path, it doesn't shield us from the repercussions of those choices. Have you ever seen someone so consumed by their own ego that they couldn't see the destruction they were causing until it was too late? Their downfall serves as a lesson, not just to them, but to everyone watching, that no one is beyond accountability. The reckoning isn't a punishment for the sake of suffering. It's a culmination of ignored warnings and persistent rebellion against the natural laws of the universe. This moment of judgment highlights the importance of spiritual growth, the necessity of aligning with a higher purpose, and the urgency of living a life grounded in integrity. For those who thought they could manipulate others or outsmart divine justice, this is a wake-up call. When mercy is no longer extended, the sickness, suffering, and exposure they endure become their final experiences, a direct reflection of the energy they have put into the world. It's a sobering reminder that while grace is abundant, it is not infinite, and for those who refuse to change, the consequences are inevitable. So, what does this mean for you? It's a call to examine your own actions and intentions. Are you living a life that aligns with spiritual principles, or are you ignoring the signs urging you to grow? The lesson here is clear. God's timing is perfect, and His justice is undeniable. We must strive to sow seeds of kindness, love, and growth, knowing that our actions carry weight beyond the present moment. For those who remain faithful and aligned, this is a time of clarity and renewal. But for those who have chosen a path of harm, it is a moment of reckoning they cannot escape. The choice to grow spiritually and align with divine truth is yours to choose wisely, because the consequences of neglecting this call are greater than you can imagine. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need these great values. Let's continue this conversation and go deeper into what these values really mean. 12. The chosen ones are elevated in the process. The journey of the chosen ones has always been marked by trials, betrayals, and moments of deep despair. Yet here you are, standing tall, elevated by the very challenges meant to destroy you. Isn't it remarkable how God works in mysterious ways? As your enemies falter under the weight of their own actions, you rise not just in spirit, but in power, purpose, and divine authority. Every tear you shed, every unjust word spoken against you, and every attempt to dim your light has been woven into a story of redemption and triumph. What once seemed like defeat is now the foundation of your undeniable strength, and what was intended to crush you has instead refined you into an unshakable force. Your elevation is no accident. It's a reward for your perseverance, your faith, and your unwavering commitment to spiritual wisdom. Think about it. How many times were you tempted to give up, to let bitterness take root, or to believe the lies whispered by those who sought to undermine you? And yet, you stood firm, trusting in divine timing, even when the road was dark and uncertain. Now, the tables have turned, and the same individuals who underestimated your resolve are witnessing your rise with awe and perhaps a tinge of regret. As the famous quote by Mahatma Gandhi reminds us, "First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win." Your victory is not hidden. It's a public testament to what happens when you stay aligned with your purpose despite the odds. But let me ask you this. What does your rise mean to you? Is it merely about gaining recognition? Or do you see it as a call to lead, to influence, and to transform the very systems that once sought to hold you back? Your elevation isn't just about material rewards or titles. It's about stepping into your divine inheritance with wisdom, grace, and the unshakable backing of God's will. Every step you take now carries the weight of a higher calling, one that requires you to wield your newfound power with compassion and integrity. The enemies who tried to break you? They have become spectators to a story they never anticipated, a story of resilience, divine justice, and unstoppable growth. Their schemes, no matter how cunning, have only sharpened your abilities and prepared you for this moment. Isn't it poetic how what they meant for harm has been used for your good? You are not merely surviving, you are thriving, radiating a light so powerful that it cannot be ignored. As the world watches, you are stepping into leadership roles that were always meant for you, becoming a beacon of hope, transformation, and spiritual wisdom. If this message speaks to you, take it a step further and share it with someone who might need this reminder. Together, we can build connections rooted in honesty and respect. (13) Redemption is still possible, but at a cost. Redemption is not a gift handed out freely. It's a battle fought in the depths of the spirit, demanding courage, humility, and relentless effort. For the few who recognize the need to abandon the path of destruction and seek spiritual awakening, the opportunity is still within reach. But it comes at a steep cost. This isn't a journey for the faint of heart or those seeking quick fixes. True redemption requires an unflinching look at the damage caused, not only to others, but to oneself. It's not about carefully crafted apologies or rehearsed repentance. It's about the raw, painful process of confronting the truth, owning every misstep, and finding the strength to begin anew. This path demands complete surrender, a willingness to lay down the armor of pride and ego, to strip away the facade that once shielded them from the reality of their actions. Every step toward redemption feels like a struggle because it is. It's a long, humbling journey, filled with moments where the weight of past choices becomes almost unbearable. Yet these struggles are not meant to punish, but to cleanse. Healing cannot take root in a heart unwilling to acknowledge its scars, and for those seeking to mend what was broken, there is no bypassing the pain. They must face it, live with it, and allow it to transform them. The consequences of past actions linger like shadows, and no amount of wishful thinking will erase them. However, by choosing to confront these consequences with integrity, They open the door to true growth and spiritual renewal. This path of redemption isn't about glory or accolades. It's a quiet, often lonely road marked by humility. Men on this journey must understand that real transformation happens in the trenches, not in the spotlight. It requires dismantling the structures of pride and self-deception, brick by brick. Only when stripped of ego can they begin to rebuild their lives on a foundation of truth, faith, and spiritual purpose. For some, this may feel like losing everything they once held dear, but in that loss lies the possibility of gaining something far greater: a life of meaning, peace, and alignment with a higher purpose. Redemption doesn't promise immediate relief or a neatly tied resolution, but it offers something even more valuable: a chance to reclaim the soul and heal the damage caused by misguided choices. In today's fast-paced and pride-fueled world, this journey may seem countercultural. Modern life often encourages us to hide our flaws, avoid accountability, and chase superficial success. But those who dare to seek redemption must reject these fleeting comforts. They must embrace the pain of self-reflection and the labor of repairing what has been broken. For those willing to pay the price, the reward is profound: a spiritual awakening that not only frees them from the chains of their past, but also empowers them to live with intention and purpose. To those struggling with the weight of their choices, know this: the road to redemption is long, but every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory for the soul. Let this be your call to action, to rise above, to face the truth, and to embark on the journey toward a life that reflects the power and grace of genuine transformation. As we bring this profound message to a close, remember that this is more than a story of divine justice. It's a call to awaken to the truth. The rise of the chosen ones is a testament to the power of faith, perseverance, and alignment with divine will. Let this be a reminder that no one can escape the consequences of their actions, but grace and redemption are still within reach for those who surrender fully. If this message resonates with you, don't let the conversation end here. Hit the like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and comment below your thoughts about this unfolding divine reckoning. Together, we are witnessing a shift in divine order, and the time for awakening is now. Subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom for more insights, and let's continue this journey as the chosen ones rise. These 5 divine habits that will make you highly magnetic: divine being, spiritual wisdom. Become the change you wish to see in the world. Mahatma Gandhi. Imagine harnessing the power of divine habits to transform your life and radiate an irresistible energy that draws people toward you like a magnet. In today's video, we'll uncover 5 transformative habits that will elevate you into a highly magnetic and empowered version of yourself. From the deep practice of unconditional love to the fearless pursuit of authenticity, these principles have the power to create a ripple effect in your life and the lives of those around you. As you watch, consider how these habits resonate with your personal journey and how you can apply them to grow spiritually and emotionally. Let me know in the comments which habit speaks to you the most, and don't forget to share your experiences and insights. Habit 1. Unconditional love. Have you ever encountered someone whose mere presence makes you feel seen, valued, and accepted? This magnetic quality isn't just about charm or charisma. It's born from nurturing spiritual habits that resonate with our highest selves. The first of these divine habits is unconditional love, a practice that can not only transform your own inner world, but also radiate outward, deeply impacting those around you. Unconditional love is a core spiritual principle that goes beyond simple affection. It's akin to the story of the prodigal son, where the father's unconditional acceptance is a symbol of love that knows no bounds, irrespective of circumstances or past actions. This type of love is universal, free from judgment, and untainted by expectations. In Buddhism, this same spirit is mirrored in the practice of loving kindness, an expansive, unconditional compassion for all beings, rooted in acceptance and non-judgment. Integrating unconditional love into our daily interactions can significantly elevate our personal magnetism. It starts with self-love. When you learn to fully embrace yourself, free from criticism, you set the tone for how you engage with others. Self-acceptance builds inner confidence and authenticity, qualities that naturally attract others to you. When you approach others with an open heart and a non-judgmental attitude, acknowledging their individual paths and struggles, you create an environment where people feel safe, appreciated, and understood. Empathy plays a crucial role in this process. However, it's not enough to simply feel for others. True empathy requires us to act in ways that uplift and support those we encounter. Whether it's through kind words, small gestures, or simply being there for someone, openly expressing your love communicates that you value them deeply. Forgiveness is equally important. Releasing past hurts allows you to meet others from a place of peace, creating room for deeper, more genuine connections. By practicing unconditional love, you align with a higher spiritual energy that attracts positive, nurturing relationships. You become a source of light and warmth in a world that can often feel cold or disconnected. This practice helps you cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment and enhances your spiritual charisma, drawing people to you not just because of what you do, but because of who you are. As you let this transformative love shape your interactions, you'll find that your ability to inspire and connect with others only grows stronger. Ready to unlock the power of unconditional love and expand your spiritual magnetism? Comment, "I am a beacon of love," below, and let's embark on this transformative journey together, creating a ripple effect of love and connection that enriches us all. Habit 2. Infinite compassion. Picture yourself wrapped in a warmth so profound that it touches the core of your being and extends outward, influencing everyone you encounter. This is the embodiment of boundless compassion, a deep, unwavering kindness and understanding toward all living beings, irrespective of their circumstances or differences. As the wise Buddha once expressed, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. When you fully embrace boundless compassion, you step into a realm where every act of kindness and empathy elevates your spirit and strengthens your connection to the world. What does it feel like to cultivate such deep compassion? It's like nurturing an internal light that not only illuminates your own path, but also brightens and warms the journey of those around you. This practice serves as a powerful magnet, drawing positivity and uplifting energy into your life. When you approach the world from a place of empathy, attentive listening, and advocacy for justice, you initiate waves of positive change that eventually ripple back to you. As Marianne Williamson beautifully stated, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure." Boundless compassion awakens that power within you, unlocking the potential to make a profound impact on the world. Reflect for a moment on your interactions with those around you. Are you fully engaged in your conversations, or do you find yourself distracted or disconnected? Practicing boundless compassion requires deep involvement. It's about moving beyond surface differences to truly understand the experiences of others. This means not only empathizing with their struggles, but celebrating their victories and standing up for justice when it's needed. By doing so, you lift others up and create a magnetic presence that naturally draws like-minded individuals into your life. Now think about how your actions impact the world on a broader level. Even the smallest gestures of kindness can create far-reaching effects. As you become more aware of human suffering and actively contribute to alleviating it, you align yourself with higher vibrations of positive energy. This alignment boosts your ability to manifest, allowing you to attract opportunities and relationships that resonate with your compassionate nature. It's about more than just helping others. It's about elevating your own energy and creating a cycle of mutual upliftment. How can you embody boundless compassion in your everyday life? Reflect on the moments when you felt most connected to others, and consider how those experiences have shaped your understanding of empathy. Are there areas where you could deepen your compassion or be more supportive of those in need? By integrating these practices into your daily routine, you will become a beacon of light, naturally attracting circumstances and people that reflect your compassionate energy. Practicing boundless compassion will not only transform how you relate to others, but will also shift your entire outlook on life. When you lead with kindness and empathy, you create a magnetic force that invites positivity and fulfillment. As you continue to incorporate this sacred habit, you'll notice the world opening up to you in remarkable ways, offering opportunities and connections that align with your highest intentions. So, ask yourself, how can you deepen your practice of boundless compassion today? And what positive changes will it bring to your life and the lives of those around you? In essence, boundless compassion is more than a simple habit. It's a transformative way of being that enhances your charisma and enriches your life. By committing to this practice, you align yourself with the flow of love and kindness, unlocking your full potential for manifestation. Take on this sacred habit and watch your world shift in ways you never imagined possible. Did this message inspire you to embrace boundless compassion in your life? If so, share your thoughts in the comments below with the phrase, "I welcome compassion into my life," and let's explore how this powerful practice can elevate our lives and the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more transformative content. Let's spread kindness, one act of compassion at a time. Habit 3. Inner peace. Achieving inner peace may seem challenging, but it is a powerful tool that can profoundly transform your life and the way others are drawn to you. Inner peace goes beyond a temporary sense of calm. It is a deep, enduring tranquility that remains unaffected by the chaos of the outside world. To reach this state of serenity, we must rethink how we manage stress and our approach to control in daily life. To develop inner peace, start by identifying what you can truly control and what is beyond your influence. Redirect your focus towards areas where you can make a difference, such as your thoughts, reactions, and actions. This shift in mindset allows you to release the frustration that comes with trying to control uncontrollable circumstances. Practicing mindfulness is an essential part of this process. By staying grounded in the present moment, you can reduce stress and tap into a greater sense of calm. Begin with just a few minutes of mindfulness practice each day to connect with your inner self and silence the external noise of life. Gratitude journaling is another effective way to foster inner peace. By consistently noting what you're thankful for, you shift your attention from what's lacking to what's flourishing in your life. This practice not only increases your sense of contentment, but also strengthens your inner peace. By focusing on positive experiences, you can reshape your mindset and view your life from a more appreciative and balanced perspective. Equally important is the ability to release things that are out of your control. Holding on to past regrets or worrying about an uncertain future will disrupt your peace. Embracing the reality that certain aspects of life are beyond your control allows you to let go of unnecessary tension and cultivate a more peaceful mental space. This acceptance is not about surrendering, it's about choosing where to direct your energy and freeing yourself from what doesn't contribute to your well-being. Incorporating these habits into your daily life requires commitment and consistency. Start small, perhaps by spending a few minutes each day being mindful or writing down a few things you're grateful for. Over time, these small habits will become second nature, deeply enhancing your sense of peace. As you embody this calm, you will notice that people are naturally drawn to you. Your inner stillness and confidence will make you a source of inspiration and comfort to those around you. In essence, inner peace is not just about maintaining composure amidst turmoil. It's about transforming your whole way of living. By committing to this sacred habit, not only will your own life flourish, but you'll also create a ripple of calmness that positively affects everyone in your orbit. Your magnetic presence will radiate from a foundation of deep understanding and unshakable inner peace. If today's message on inner peace resonates with you, affirm your journey by commenting, "I'm ready for tranquility," and join a community committed to lasting calm. Subscribe for more insights that will help you enhance your inner stillness. This is just the beginning of a more serene, balanced life. Stay tuned for more. Habit 4. Selfless service. When you engage in acts of altruism, you're not only uplifting those around you, but also enriching your own life. Imagine the shift in your world if each action you took came from a place of pure, selfless intent. Whether it's something as simple as holding the door for a stranger or volunteering your time at a local charity, these gestures, no matter how small, have a ripple effect that reaches far beyond the moment. Altruistic service emits a unique energy that naturally draws people to you. The kindness and compassion you show become almost tangible, inspiring those around you to adopt a similar mindset. It's not about making grand gestures. Even the simplest acts like truly listening to someone or donating to a cause you believe in can create a meaningful impact. Take, for example, a young professional who carves out time in her busy schedule to mentor at-risk youth. Her dedication not only positively impacts their lives, but also encourages others in her circle to contribute in their own ways. This type of energy magnetizes opportunities and connections with those who resonate with your authentic spirit. Now, take a moment to reflect on your own life. When was the last time you gave without expecting anything in return? How did it feel to offer something purely out of love or compassion? The secret lies in making altruistic service a natural, consistent part of your daily life. Whether it's through volunteer work, lending an ear to someone in need, or performing small acts of kindness for strangers, these actions collectively contribute to a greater positive force in the world. The beauty of this habit is in its simplicity and how it fosters a deep sense of connection and purpose for both the giver and receiver. The real lesson here is that altruistic service isn't just about the immediate impact it has on others. It's a profound way to elevate your own life and advance your spiritual growth. When you give from a place of love and compassion, you tap into a powerful energy that not only transforms others, but also accelerates your own spiritual journey. So how can you make altruistic service a part of your everyday routine? What small steps can you take today to set in motion a wave of positivity? By incorporating this habit, you align yourself with the true essence of spiritual awakening, deepening your connection with both yourself and the world around you. Acts of kindness not only illuminate the lives of others, but also nourish your own soul. How can you make altruistic service a seamless part of your day-to-day life? Share your thoughts or a recent act of kindness in the comments, and let's motivate each other. Remember, every act, no matter how small, creates waves of positivity. Ready to live a life of selfless giving? Comment below with, "I'm ready to give," and let's embark on this transformative journey together. Habit 5. Fearless authenticity. Embracing unshakable authenticity is a crucial step in spiritual growth and becoming truly magnetic. This practice is about fully accepting who you are at your core and living in alignment with your innermost values, while acting with complete honesty and integrity. When you consistently live as your true self, you naturally attract people and opportunities that align with your essence. Think about the last time you met someone who was unapologetically themselves. Didn't they stand out as captivating and relatable? That's the magic of unshakable authenticity. To cultivate this habit, begin by engaging in deep self-reflection. This will help you connect with your true nature and identify what matters most to you. Once you have a clear sense of who you are, express it without hesitation. Speak your truth and let your daily actions mirror your deepest values. Avoid the trap of comparing yourself to others, as it can pull you away from your unique strengths and talents. Instead, honor your individuality, knowing that these distinct traits are what make you truly magnetic. Take the story of Sarah, for example, a professional who struggled with feeling disconnected at work because she was trying too hard to blend in. She wore clothes and adopted behaviors that didn't feel authentic to her in an effort to fit the corporate mold. However, after some introspection, Sarah made the decision to express herself more authentically. She began dressing in a way that reflected her personality and started sharing her honest opinions in meetings. This shift didn't just improve her own happiness at work, it also strengthened her relationships with colleagues who appreciated her newfound openness. Sarah's authenticity inspired others around her to embrace their true selves as well. Living with unshakable authenticity means drawing people into your life who appreciate you for who you truly are. It deepens your connections and creates more meaningful relationships. Take a moment to reflect on how you express yourself in different areas of your life. Are there places where you're holding back out of fear or uncertainty? By working on those areas and embracing your authentic self, you'll naturally amplify your magnetism and invite deeper connections. The main message here is that unshakable authenticity is a powerful way to elevate your magnetism and cultivate meaningful relationships. When you live in alignment with your true self and act with integrity, the right people and opportunities will be drawn to you. Start today by making small, authentic shifts in how you live, and watch how your connections become richer and new doors open. If you're ready to step into your unshakable authenticity and unlock your magnetic potential, comment, "I'm ready," below. Share your thoughts on how you plan to align with your core values, or share your experience of this powerful journey. Let's encourage and uplift each other as we embark on this path to authentic living and personal growth. As we come to the end of this transformative journey, remember that these 5 divine habits have the power to make you truly magnetic, not just to others, but to your own inner peace and spiritual growth. By embracing unconditional love, boundless compassion, inner peace, selfless service, and fearless authenticity, you can unlock a higher version of yourself and radiate positive energy that impacts everyone around you. Take a moment to reflect. Which habit resonates with you the most, and how can you integrate it into your daily life? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to grow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with those who could benefit from these life-changing principles. Together, we can create a ripple effect of love, peace, and spiritual magnetism.